You're listening to YVT on the Road, where we go out and meet people making things happen. Today we're at How to Have Fun at Work, a training event brought to you by Funny Women, helping businesses inject a little joy into a working day. We caught up with some of the people who were there. Let's hear what they had to say.
Hello and welcome back to Funny Women 2026. I'm joined by the lovely Vince. Vince, tell us who you are and what you do.
Well, thanks, Rachel. I'm Vince Maple. I'm leader of Medway Council, and it's really great to be here at today's event. Once again, Funny Women being part of our UK Shared Prosperity Fund scheme in Medway, making a huge impact for, new business owners, people who are kind of taking that next step up, telling people it's okay to have fun at work. That's a good thing. And certainly as council leader, it's something I think about every day.
Incredible. So how has this scheme come about for Medway?
So UK Shared Prosperity Fund was a national scheme. We've taken quite a unique approach with it in Medway. Lots of councils have just gone, we're going to keep hold of the money and decide what we're going to do with it. And that's a matter for them. We've taken a far more collaborative approach. So we've said to organisations and individuals, if you want to get involved, if you want to do something that's going to help the people of Medway in lots of different ways, put an application in. We had dozens and dozens of applications. Sadly, not all could be successful because the money doesn't go as far as the mind. We've got brilliant people thinking brilliant things. But Lynn's organisation, Funny Women, was one of those which, again, has been successful. We've seen the track record. They've delivered outstanding projects and programmes so far, both here in Medway, but they've got a national programme as well. And they time and again, kind of hit the spots that lots of other different things don't get to. So, really good opportunity for people. Some new faces I haven't seen before here today, taking that opportunity for the first time.
I mean, a great problem that you're oversubscribed with people applying for the funding as well. What are you seeing it do for the town?
So many different things. So lots of it will be event-based, so things like the Chinese New Year event we've had in Medway, in Chatham, supporting our Big Love Gillingham Big Day Out. So lots of big community events, and that's part of it. Kind of building back almost from where we were post-COVID and the kind of environment we've been in since then. Some of it very specifically focused on business and entrepreneurism. So again, Funny Women kind of touches both of those elements, good community activities, people having fun. It's okay to have fun, but also, supporting those, building resilience in people perhaps going into the world of business for the first time as well. So again, no surprise to me. I wasn't involved in the selection criteria. I leave that to other hard-working councillors and officers. But no surprise to me that Funny Women were part of that conversation once again.
Absolutely. And Lynn is all about prescribing humour within the workplace. And like you said, it's about not being afraid to have humour. How do you inject that into not only your offices, but into the town of Medway?
Well, look, I think from my perspective, some would tell me I've got some of the worst jokes in politics, and that's fine too. I'm happy to take that constructive criticism. Look, I've got the best job in the world. I know everybody else here would probably say that, but I really have. Every morning I wake up and I'm trying to make 292,000 lives better. Wow. That is a privilege and an honour. So with that comes the ability to come to events like today and the ability to make sure we get funding to the right places. There's never enough funding. That's always a challenge, and a challenge not just for us here in Medway, but across the country. But we will always do our very best with what we've got. And I work with amazing people, both in the council, but also some of our brilliant partners outside as well.
I mean, Vince, what would you say to people who are thinking of applying? Why should they apply to that sort of funding?
Well, look, I think we're really proud of the approach we take here in Medway. We're not top down. We want bottom up. We want to collaborate and cooperate. One of our new schemes at the moment is our Pride in Place funding. So particularly for small businesses who have got independent shop fronts and stores, there's a specific funding bid for them as well. Get involved with that. We want to make sure, again, we're not going to be saying where that money should be going. We want the community to work with us as a council to highlight and influence where that funding goes in their community. Ultimately, you can only have pride in your community if you're part of it. And that's what, again, we're using that funding in a unique way, much rather than just a council saying, well, money here, money there. Working with community groups, with organisations, with small businesses to make a difference to Medway.
Absolutely brilliant. Vince, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for joining Funny Women again this year.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me, Rachel.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching YVT on the Road. If you'd like your video team to come to your event with their video podcast pop-up studio, get in touch with us at yourvideoteam.co.uk/pop-up. Until then, we'll see you in the next episode.